G'day, welcome to Side by Side Australia podcast, episode 12. It's the 6th of August, 2025, and we have just come back a week or so ago from Scorpion Park for the camperway. Fantastic turnout, really good trip. The camaraderie is getting really great with the club with these sort of camperways because everyone can sort of come and go as they please to do laps of the track, which is a little bit more relaxing, which means people can swap around their buggies and take it in turns, driving different people's buggies and stuff, which was great, which I got to do as well, which is fantastic. And we seem to spend all the time sitting around the campfire these days, everyone just pulling out different food, cooking it up and sharing it out amongst everybody. It was really, really great. So thank you to all those guys who chipped in and helped out. Especially Paul Tia. Holy crap, I reckon he must have spent half of my year's wages at Costco getting food and prawns and all sorts of stuff that he pulled out of that toy hauler of his.
Prawns? You told me you were bringing caviar, you lying.
All the guys tipped in, and Tony and everyone. So really appreciate what you guys did. Thank you so much for that. So that was Scorpion Park. The weather was pretty crap, actually. It was pretty crap getting in there. Excellent for the local farmers. They loved it because they finally got some rain. But yeah, she was pretty boggy getting in. So that last couple of kilometres, which is normally the trickiest bit, it was actually more so getting from the highway down to that last 2 kilometres was quite muddy. No one really had problems getting through. It's just that we all rocked up and our buggies and trailers were so filthy. It was ridiculous. I noticed that my buggy was dirtier when I first got to Scorpion Park than it was when I loaded it onto the trailer to go home. And then it got dirty again on the way out. So it was just a funny weekend like that. I know Noodles brought his new Mercedes van, big four-wheel drive van that he'd only just got and hasn't even set it up properly yet. He thought he'd bring it out and get to show some of us this new van of his. And he spent about 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours at 2 separate car washes on his way home just to try to get it clean again. Yeah, she was pretty muddy. But once we were there, the rain was just perfect for the sand dunes. It was wicked. So I had a really good time. If you haven't seen the video from that event yet, I'll chuck it on now so you can have a look. So as you can see, awesome event, really good trip. So thanks to all the guys who came along to that one, and we'll hopefully see a lot of you at the next one. Now, I did a bunch of videos while I was out there, just a few camping tips and tricks, just showing you the different setups that the guys have got. The first one I'll show you, Adam had this new little fuel pump thing that I've seen a bunch of these battery-powered fuel pumps before. But this particular one, in his opinion, is the go. So check it out. What's this fuel pump, Adam?
It's just some shitter I bought off Marketplace.
Really? What did it cost you?
$50, something like that.
On Marketplace?
Facebook, Marketplace, same thing.
Okay, yeah.
I bought a couple of others with the power in the handle, but shit, this thing works good.
Yeah, beautiful. Alrighty, so really good setup, excellent on the Maverick R especially, where you can just rest your jerry can on those high knuckle A-arms. So very handy of Can-Am to put that there just for refueling. Perfect. The next one is a little video I did. I'll just play a bit of B-roll over the top while I'm telling you what it is. I put something on socials a little while ago. The Weber Baby Q, which a lot of the guys use with these camperways because it's just super convenient. The problem is in Australia, the way they're set up, you've got the hose and then you've got 8.5 kilo or 9 kilo gas bottle normally is what you've got to lug around. And it's just a lot of gear to carry. I did a bit of research recently and I put it on social media that I found this. In North America, they actually come out with those little green propane bottles. I think it's propane, that just screw on. It's just a standard camping gas bottle, which you can get at Snowy's, BCF, everywhere's got them. But they just screw straight onto the regulator. So the actual Weber itself is fully intact and the gas and everything is all there, all joined together. So you don't have a hose and a gas bottle either. So I found the actual part number and ordered the part on Amazon, and it came in, fitted up in about 30 seconds. And I've since done the same setup on my kids' Weber that they use for camping. It's so much more convenient. I don't reckon I would have used an eighth of a gas bottle in the little bit of cooking that I did over the weekend. Admittedly, Paul and the boys did most of the cooking anyway. But just in case anyone was wondering how it actually performs, yep, killer, really good setup. So if you need any more info on that, I can get you the Amazon or AliExpress, whatever it was, maybe even Temu, link to that part. It's actually the part that comes on the North American versions of the Weber Baby Q. So anyway, that was a good little trick. Now, also talking about Paul and his killer toy hauler and his cooking prowess, I did a bit of a walk around on his event rig, his toy hauler as well while I was there. Here's a video on that. Alrighty, Paul, give us a bit of a rundown of the Tajma camper you've got here. So you actually bought this off of one of the guys in the club?
Correct. Yep.
Yep, off James Kalecki?
Yeah, I had to put it back together. He built it and then pulled it apart, and then we put it back together and did a few improvements, and it's all good.
So give us a run through, because like you turn up and everyone sort of just hovers around you because you've got all the gear. So what do you got? You got twin fridges.
So we got twin 40-litre fridge freezers. So
Yeah,
slide out. Another one there.
Yeah, nice.
We've got the slide out domestic kitchen.
So all the brekkie and everything you've been cooking just up on there, haven't you?
Correct, yeah.
So you got a sink there, but you got hot water?
Correct. We've got a hot water service there.
Oh, beautiful. And that just pumps right out of that little tank?
We take it out of that tank, but we've also got 200 litres up under the underneath,
floor.
Yeah, under the floor. Yep.
Yeah. And so cooking, what else you got over here?
And then we've got a slide out pantry.
Oh yeah, I saw that before. That's pretty impressive. That's got all the gear in it.
Well, it's got all the spices and stuff. So
beautiful. Nice. And then you've got the, what's that underneath?
Big Bertha oven.
That's a 12-volt oven?
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, nice. But what were you cooking in before?
So around the other side I've got an air fryer.
Oh yeah, you had to run the generator for that?
So we've got a generator and we've also got a inverter.
Yeah, right.
2,000 watt inverter.
And massive battery.
Yeah, big lithium battery along with solar up on the roof of the tent.
Yeah, okay. And the tent, I noticed before, that's electric. That just pops up.
Correct. Yep. So yeah, there's just a couple of buttons here. You put that up and down and it goes up and down. Awnings come in and out. We carry a bit of extra water on the front.
Yep.
Straps and everything there.
Beautiful. I'm just going to sneak around here and have a look at this side. Yeah, right. Oh, okay, there's your air fryer there.
That's the air fryer.
Yep.
And then you can see just down there we've got battery and inverter mounted in there, along with a switchboard and fuse board. And then we carry some fuel on the other side, up under the cover.
Oh, yep. Very cool. And the X3 just sits on there?
Correct, yep.
And is your new Maverick R going to fit on there?
We can only hope. Otherwise we're going to have to build a better trailer.
Not necessarily better, just bigger. Done well, mate. It's a killer setup. Nice work.
Yeah, beautiful.
Really, really cool setup. Now, Scorpion Park, we've been there a couple of times now. Myself and Noodles and a few of the other guys, we've been there for years because we set the actual track up for the original Thumb Pump 300, which was over 15, probably close to 20 years ago, which was the Australia's largest quad bike specific race. Now, back in those days, we put a lot of work into setting that facility up. You'd see that there's street lights and everything. They're all wired up. My son went up there last year and made sure they were all working as well. And there's a shower block. Now, this shower block, myself and Noodles and Scooter and an old mate of ours, Drea, who's no longer with us, we all built this thing, probably 15 years ago. And it's a 6 shower block, and it still looks like it was built last year. It's so good. But it's actually run by 2 donkeys. Now, if you haven't experienced a donkey before, it's basically a 44-gallon drum, which is a molasses drum. They're really thick drums, hard to find. So these drums were probably 50 years old when we found a farmer who had some, and we set them up. And basically the way it works is the whole system's gravity fed from a big tank. And you put a small fire underneath the donkey and it circulates water through the 44-gallon drum. It goes through a tempering valve, which is basically a mechanical valve that's got hot and cold going into it, and it's set at about 47 degrees so that you can't burn yourself in the shower. And then one of these donkeys runs 3 of the showers and one runs the other. We didn't think these things were still working, but Noodles, who did all the plumbing back in the day, got in there and we repaired a couple of little pinholes by whittling bits of wood, and this is what happened.
Yeah.
Donkey Repairs 101, Noodles whittles down a piece of wood.
She's a bit of a squirter.
Oh, yeah.
Is it like 3 times the size now?
No.
Okay.
Ah, that's my foot.
Mate, it's June. Alright, quick, get the fire going.
Quick, man. Sometimes you just got to thumb it in.
That is perfect.
Oh, you don't need more than that. I'd use actual plywood.
Oh, fucking broken leg.
It took ages to put that there.
I haven't got me yet.
There's some heat.
Wait, can I feel?
Yeah.
No, because look, I still need to wash my hands.
Okay. Yeah, like it's not cold, but it's on its way.
Yeah, that's...
Well, you can stand under it.
You could have a shower.
Yeah, it's not that cold.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Hot shower, huh?
Yeah.
So I don't think too many people had hot showers while we were there. We were only there a couple of nights anyway. But it worked a treat. Really, really good setup. So I'm glad that everybody else who's been using the property since the good old days is certainly doing the right thing by keeping it all working. Okay, I had my first drive of a Can-Am Maverick R, and it wasn't just a normal Maverick R. It was Adam Beale's Jet Tech full race prepped Maverick R, and the thing was awesome. So I stuck a camera on when I went to do the ride, and I had a microphone on as well, so I give you a bit of a chat about what was going on, but I can't believe he let me drive it. But anyway, I didn't crash. But that was the first Maverick R that's been in the club. Now, even in his group alone, there's, I think, 3 or 4 Tony's got one. Paul's got one. I think another one coming. So yeah, they're starting to pop up, starting to become very popular for the sort of riding that we do, especially places like the Sand Dunes and Scorpion Park and even Packsaddle, which is really open. They're ideal for that. So this is my first experience in a Maverick R. Now, I don't know whether this is a good idea or not, but Adam from Jet Tech has been nagging me to go for a drive in his Mav R, his off its head full race prep Mav R, and I've never driven a Mav R before, so what could possibly go wrong?
It's just there.
You sure?
Yeah, of course. Get in it.
Alright. This is going to be expensive. That's good. I'm not going to be going hard anyway.
Yeah, if you grab that second strap.
Oh. I'm about 3 inches shorter now. Oh. Alright.
Yeah, just did a drive and cane it. I want to hear you flog it.
You won't hear me flogging it for a bit. Alright. Nice and easy, Mick. Nice and easy. Wow. Let's sneak over here. Alright. Yeah. Holy shit balls. Yeah, she's no slouch. It's definitely noisier. I don't really want to go through too much of the tight twisty stuff. Wow. Holy shit. And I'm only taking it pretty easy because it's not my $100,000+ buggy. Oh, you've got those bumps. Kicker. But I'm used to driving the X3 Max, which is quite a bit longer than this. Pretty forgiving. It's a bit harsher in the suspension than my X3 Max, but I usually run the Max in comfort mode, so I'm just nervous because it's not my buggy. I want to see how it goes through this rough stuff down here. So I know I can hit it pretty quick in mine. Man, that intake is noisy. I'm too scared to look down and see how fast I'm going. I know Adam's probably watching this going, "What are you booting at, you pussy? What are you doing?" Because I'm actually going slower than I would in my buggy, but I know this has got a lot more pace than my buggy has. It moves around a little bit more than mine, than the X3 Max. There's a little chicane thing here, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Definitely am enjoying it though, with no doubt about it. It's definitely a lot smoother. Well, maybe not smoother, but definitely quicker. The acceleration is just phenomenal. So I was only going to do a little quarter lap, but I'm sort of enjoying this. And it's not my fuel, so it doesn't seem to roll to back off without brakes like my X3 does. My X3, I guess it's a thing about me. You back off and you don't really need to touch the brakes as much, especially in sand. The engine braking tends to pull it up a fair bit. Whereas this one that just free rolls like a bloody two-stroke. There's some nasty stuff through here. Hey. The back end does definitely come out more than the X3 does. Oh. That's a new bit of track. I never discovered that one before. Now let's see how we go here. It's real tight through here, I believe. Oh, yep. Brakes are good. Definitely not as plush a ride as my Max, my X3 Max, but it's not supposed to be. I reckon you could jump off a 10-story building in this thing and it'll land good. Rough section coming up here, the Noodles always gets away from me. Oh. Yeah, okay, that is definitely rougher than the Max. This is a bit. I'll just hold it wide open in the X3 Max here. And it tends to kick the back around a little bit in this one. Hope the brakes work. Oh yeah, there they are. You just don't need to change gears with the pedals. It just is always in the right gear. Whee! Someone overshot that. Oh, jump into that berm to try to get around. Whoop, up we go. Now right hand track here from memory, so we can get straight through that gate. Oh, yeah, there we go. Who is this? Huh. That is a buggy with a broken drive shaft. That's Paul. Paul? 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 Is that your buggy out there? I didn't know you were here. Wow, that's something a bit different, isn't it?
They're completely different.
It's harsher than mine because mine's a Max, it's longer, and that noise, the air intake, drives you bananas. But holy crap, the acceleration is just ludicrous.
I didn't really notice, like I had a bit more acceleration, but not for, oh my god, it's twice as fast.
No.
But what I did notice is everywhere it was 20 k's faster.
Yeah, yeah.
Like everything that I was doing where I'm maxed out in that, like on the fucking stopper and it won't go any faster, this has still got a little bit left to go. And
yeah. Well, going up the knob, up the middle there, I was looked down and I was doing 125. I'm sure I don't do more than 90 up there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just because it rides so nice, you don't realise you're going faster, but you fucking are.
This got SAS shocks?
Sorry?
This got SAS shocks, like the Smart Shocks?
Yeah, Smart Shocks.
So you can put it into comfort mode?
It is in comfort mode.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit.
Well, it should be in comfort mode. I normally run it in comfort mode.
Yeah.
I don't run it in any other.
Oh, I'm the same.
But it's got different springs on it. The springs have been updated.
So they're a bit stiffer? Yeah, okay. You can definitely feel the difference between the length between a Max and a two-seater.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a weapon. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking sick.
That was so good. I really wanted to hate it because I don't want to have to buy one, but it was really, really good. If anyone's interested, I think that buggy's up for sale. I think Adam's looking at buying just a stocker and going back to having a stock one again. I think he was toying with racing as well when he bought it. But if anyone's keen, I think it's on Marketplace. Anyway, really, really good machine. Up next, Packsaddle. Now, Packsaddle's happening September 5 and 6, which is Friday, Saturday. A lot of us are going up, by a lot of us, I mean probably half a dozen of us, are going up on the Thursday anyway. We're going to stay in Broken Hill, which is only an hour or so from Packsaddle. But what we're doing now, we're going to get all the way through to Packsaddle on the Thursday and stay at the Roadhouse on Thursday night. So we've got accommodation booked Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, whereas most are just Friday night, Saturday night. You don't have to stay in the accommodation at the Roadhouse. You can just camp in the grounds right next door to the Roadhouse and use all the facilities, the showers, the toilets, everything for free. That's all fine. You just sort of expected to buy your meals and things like that from the Roadhouse, which is an excellent idea anyway, and the meals are great. That's what we always do. So if you want to stay there the Thursday night as well, feel free, because the ride starts on Friday lunchtime. So you've got to be there by lunchtime Friday. Otherwise, you'll miss the Friday afternoon bit, which last year was one of the better bits because we were just belting down this sandy riverbed and just following the meandering river. It was so much fun. But I'll play you the video from last year's Packsaddle shortly so you can see what it's all about. But so if you haven't booked your accommodation or if you haven't registered, there's only a couple of people that have registered online so far. I know Tony's coming over from Griffith again, which is great. We know the guys coming down from Queensland. So if you want to come, book in. We're not going to say we're going to cap it, but if things get out of hand, we're going to have to draw the line somewhere. So if you're planning on coming, jump online and register. It's $170 for the driver and it's $70 for a passenger. Now, I'll explain to you what that's all about because we're non-commercial. We're not trying to make money out of this. The MA insurance costs $20. So the drivers and passengers both need to pay that. So it was 16. I think we rounded up to 20. The lunch on Saturday, which is happening at Lisa's property, which is Nanduka Station. There's Nandura and Nanduka. I always get them mixed up. So at lunch at Nanduka Station, which is a killer spread. So Lisa does that. We pay her $50 for that, which goes towards her charity. She's got another separate charity for a young girl that she supports, which is really great, and she'll explain it when we're there. Bring along some cash if you want, because she does hats and bits and pieces for that charity as well, which is a really great charity. Lisa's amazing. You'll love her. So we'll be doing the lunch there at Nanduka Station, so that's $50. So whether you're a driver or a passenger, you need to pay that $50 and the $20 for the insurance, so that's $70. The extra $100 for a driver goes straight to our charity of choice at the end of the year. And last year, we gave all of the funds, which was $10,000, to the Packsaddle Progress Association. So the local Packsaddle group of all the farmers and residents who support all the underprivileged people in the area, and they have big charity fundraisers during the year. They're very remote and they're finding it really tough at the moment because they haven't had a lot of rain. So things are quite tough out there. So anything we can do to help these guys, we do. So we'll be giving some of that, probably not all of it this year because we want to spread it around a little bit, but some of the funds we'll be giving to Packsaddle Progress Association again this year is the plan at this point. But that's what that extra $100 is for. So when you're saying, I'm a driver and I've got to pay an extra $100 and a passenger, that money is all going to charity anyway. Don't stress. Split it amongst everyone in the buggy if you want to raise it. If you've got a passenger, charge them an extra $50 as well, whatever. But that's just all part of the game. This is how we open up this property to get access, guys. So dig deep. All right. So this year, Troy Mills is pre-running and leading the ride, which is great. He hasn't actually pre-run it yet because he's had a couple of buggy issues. No fault of Polaris's. I think he let things get away from him a little bit and he bent his cage, so he had to rebuild that, and it's taken a little while. Living in Mildura, obviously he doesn't have a hell of a lot of access to spare parts and things, so it takes a bit of time. But I hear that everything's all sorted and he's going to be going up in the next week or so to pre-run, so we'll have different tracks, different areas. We've got 1 million acres. We didn't even scratch the surface last year, so we'll be able to really have a fantastic adventure, and it'll be unique this year. So really looking forward to that. Thank you again, Troy, for stepping up and helping out with that. He committed to that last year, which was great. Okay, so I've spoken about the camping at Rawnsley Park, at the Roadhouse, at Packsaddle Roadhouse. If you want to camp there, you can next to the Roadhouse. That's completely fine. Otherwise, book your accommodation. The accommodation's fine. They're dongers, but they're clean and the beds are good, and it's right next to the showers and toilets and right next to the back door into the pub. So it's a really good spot. And they're right next to where we're going to be camping anyway, so you're not going to be separated. So if someone in your group wants to have a motel, they're not going to be a mile away from you. What to pack, what to bring for this ride. Fuel is going to be tight. I don't think we used any of the fuel drop last year. We may have done. I know things got a little bit tight with some of the high displacement machines. So I'll do a fuel drop, which will be sort of close to where we're having lunch on Saturday. Friday's fine. Friday's a half-day ride. If you run out of fuel on Friday, you're doing something way wrong or you're lost. But still have a full tank. Then full tank again on Saturday morning. And if you get to lunchtime and you're over half empty, less than half empty, you know what I mean? If you've got less than half a tank left, then there will be fuel out there. And all I'll say is if you use half a tank, just fill the jerry can up and get it back to me, or flicker some money to cover the fuel, whatever. I don't expect everyone to take jerry cans out to the fuel drop, but I'll just do one run on the way up and drop them off. So I'll have 5 or 6 20-litre jerry cans out there, which should be plenty. I won't need any. I don't think any of the X3s are going to need any. There might be a couple of Razor Rs or things like that might get a little thirsty. Scooter, if you're going to put your boot into it, you're going to use fuel, buddy. So those guys might need a little bit of the fuel. But all I can say is if you can carry a bit of extra fuel safely in your buggy, and that's, you can argue what's safe and what's not. Don't put a jerry can directly above your engine. That's just silly. Don't put a jerry can under your seat, because if you're upside down, that's completely on top of you. So just be mindful. If you're going to take extra fuel, put it in a proper jerry can or a fuel cell and be really smart about where you put it. You shouldn't need it, but do what you can. But certainly don't start Saturday with a half empty tank. That's just asking for trouble. Okay, so that's fuel. Spoken about Millsy. He's going to do all of that. Meals. So Saturday lunch is covered by Lisa out at Nunduka Station. Breakfast, if you want breakfast, either take it yourself or you can get breakfast at the Roadhouse as well. We're going to be getting a fairly early start on Saturday, so you might want to chuck a couple of muesli bars and some snacks, some lolly snakes or whatever in your buggy. Make sure you take some water. We're out in one of the most remote parts of Australia. It's going to be fine. Everything's going to be sweet. If you have a breakdown and you have to wait with your buggy because someone goes back to get a trailer or something, you might be stuck out in the middle of nowhere for quite a while. Take water, be smart, take some muesli bars and some lolly snakes, take whatever you need, some snacks, some barbecue shapes is a pretty common one, whatever you need. We usually take a bunch of something. Like if I'm taking lolly snakes, I'll take 4 or 5 bags and we'll pull up. If there's 20 or 30 of us there, I'll share them around. We'll pull up for a break and someone will have a cigarette, whatever, someone will have a drink. I'll hand the lolly snakes around. The next stop, someone else will pull something out and hand the barbecue shapes around or whatever. It's just the community way we do it. Remember, guys, it's not a commercial tour. It's a club. So we're all chipping in and helping each other out. Okay, now if you want to cook meals yourself, you can do that at the Roadhouse, just in the car park out the side. Completely fine. I'd recommend supporting the Roadhouse guys. The meals are really good. If you're going to be there on Thursday evening or you want to get lunch at the Roadhouse on Friday, you can do that as well. Just be aware, lunchtime, or probably 1 o'clock, but aim for lunchtime. On Friday, we're going to start the first ride, the shakedown ride, which is on the eastern side of the highway. So it's in one of the other stations, which is the riverbed. So you don't want to miss that. So just make sure you're all ready to go by lunchtime. And signed in. As soon as you get there, come and find me or come and find someone else on the committee, and we'll probably be in the pub, in the Roadhouse, in the pub, and we'll do sign-ins and all that sort of stuff. Anyone who needs to pay for their passengers or anything like that, they can do that then. We'll get it all sorted out. We need to get all of that MSA paperwork filled out before we start the ride, so everyone's covered for the insurance, so the property owners are covered. All good? All right, so that's explained all of that. Now, I'll play the video from Packsaddle last year so you can see exactly what we're in for. So, Noodles, how confident are we of where we are?
Yes.
Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Yeah.
So where are we?
We are here, and we're following this pink line, and we're on a track right here.
Track. It's a very clear track.
Yeah.
Just there somewhere is a track. Okay.
And we're 13 k's from where we've got to turn.
Nice.
So it should take 4-6 hours tops.
as you can see, it was definitely the highlight of the year last year. It was such a killer trip. I know it's remote, guys, but it's pretty central for all of the major capitals and everything to get there, and to try to find 1 million acres that we've got complete use of wherever we want to go. It's pretty rare. So we're very fortunate, and it's all because of the fundraising we do and the good contacts like Lisa O'Connor and the guys up in that area, and the guys from the Packsaddle Roadhouse who really help us out and make these sort of events happen. So thank you very much to them. Support them. Do whatever you can for them, guys. Okay, so I'm heading off to Tamworth tomorrow. I've got to set up for AgQuit Field Days, which is the biggest country agricultural field days in Australia. So they're happening in a couple of weeks. So I've got to go there, set up for that, and then from there I'm flying to Connecticut for Can-Am to have a sneaky little drive of some new Can-Am stuff that's coming out. I can't tell you about, but it's really cool. And I'll be able to tell you all about that at Packsaddle. I'll do some video and stuff while I'm over there, but there's a big embargo until that stuff's launched on the 18th of this month. So keep your eyes peeled for all the new cool stuff coming from Can-Am in the next couple of weeks. The good thing is I'll actually get to drive them, which is excellent. So I'll give you a full rundown of what they're like. Don't forget to book your accommodation for Packsaddle if you haven't already. If you need to, don't forget to register for Packsaddle, and you can pay online. And that's about it. That's everything on my notes. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks, hopefully at Packsaddle.